Welcome back to The Power and the Glory. Today's scripture is taken from the book of Luke, chapter 24, verses 5 to 6. But before I read the scripture, please like, share, and subscribe. It does make a huge difference to the Google algorithm. And thank you to my existing subscribers for your ongoing support. I really do appreciate it. So I'll read the scripture now. Why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here, he has risen. So these lines were actually spoken by two angels who are standing outside Jesus' empty tomb. And they said, Jesus has risen. And who are they saying that to? Well, they're saying it to the crowd outside the tomb, who's wondering where Jesus has gone. And of course, saying he has risen proves the proclamation that he would rise on the third day. Now, some of the bystanders include Mary Magdalene and Mary, mother of James. So the mood of the crowd goes from despair to joy very, very quickly. The death of Jesus, of course, brought great sorrow, mourning, and despair. But the empty tomb, of course, and the news that he's risen, suddenly generates hope and joy and strengthens all their faith. Death, it would seem, has been defeated. So the passage shows that through resurrection, death has been finally vanquished. For believers, death is not the final destination, of course. The resurrection is not only a fulfillment of prophecy, it's the cornerstone of faith and hope for all Christians. But what is resurrection exactly? Well, yes, it is an event. Yes, it is an action. But most especially, a lot of people don't realize this. The resurrection is Jesus himself. He has the power over life, death, and resurrection. And he says as much before he brings Lazarus to life, earlier on in the Gospel of John, where he says, I am the resurrection and the life. So how can we apply crucifixion and resurrection positively to our own lives? Well, the importance of the crucifixion and resurrection go way beyond the physical event. The process should also apply to your own lives. Limiting thoughts, habits, addictions, and belief systems, even toxic relationships and jobs, should all be crucified, knowing that your life will be resurrected if you believe in Jesus and hand them across to Jesus for a better way. Better options, jobs, relationships are on the other side of handing over your problems to Jesus. For many, this may sound daunting, but we must be courageous and have faith and look forward, not back, with hope and joy. Just as Jesus did, beyond the pain that he was going to go through in the suffering. Now, Jesus is, of course, the ultimate example of doing this. Above all, Jesus shows that there is a hope-filled life after death and a better life. So the action point for all of us is to identify the stagnant areas of our lives today and crucify them and effectively hand that sacrifice to Jesus, and he will rebuild our lives in a much more promising way through his powers of resurrection.